What if I told you, the fuel in your car doesn't come directly from crude oil? It sounds strange, but it's true. Inside every refinery, there's a hidden liquid quietly doing most of the work in turning crude oil into petrol. That liquid is called naphtha. And without it, modern fuel production would almost collapse. Naphtha is one of the most important yet least talked about products in petroleum refining. You won't see it at fuel stations. You won't hear people talking about it. But behind the scenes, it's everywhere. So today we're going deep inside the refinery to uncover what naphtha really is, how it's produced and why it's so powerful. Crude oil enters the refinery as a thick, dark mixture of hydrocarbons. On its own, it's not very useful. So the first step is separation. This happens inside a massive distillation column. Crude oil is heated to very high temperatures, and as it rises through the column, different components separate based on their boiling points. Lighter components move upward while heavier ones stay near the bottom. Somewhere in the middle of this tower, naphtha is formed. Not too light. Not too heavy. Right in the perfect range. At this stage, naphtha is still raw. It's not ready to be used as fuel yet. But this is where its true value begins. Because naphtha can be upgraded. There are two main types, light naphtha and heavy naphtha. And each one follows a different path inside the refinery. Light naphtha can be sent to petrochemical units, where it's used to produce plastics and chemicals. But that's not its only use. Light naphtha can also be upgraded through a process called isomerization. In this process, straight-chain hydrocarbons are rearranged into branched structures. Nothing is added and nothing is removed. The molecules are simply reshaped. And that small change makes a big difference. Because branched hydrocarbons have a higher octane rating, which means they perform better in engines and reduce knocking. The result is a cleaner, high-octane blending component for petrol. Now let's move to heavy naphtha. This is where the real transformation happens. Heavy naphtha is sent to a powerful upgrading unit known as the reformer. Here it undergoes catalytic reforming. Inside the reformer, conditions are intense. High temperature, high pressure and specialized catalysts. These catalysts help rearrange the molecular structure of hydrocarbons. Straight chains are converted into branched and aromatic compounds. And this dramatically increases the octane rating. The product from this process is called reformate. And it's one of the most valuable components in gasoline blending. But the reformer does something else that's just as important. It produces hydrogen. And that hydrogen is used throughout the refinery to remove impurities like sulfur. So while improving fuel quality, naphtha is also helping produce cleaner fuels. Now take a step back and look at the bigger picture. From one stream, multiple high-value products are created. Some naphtha becomes high-octane petrol. Some becomes hydrogen for clean processing. And some goes into petrochemical plants. In those plants, naphtha is broken down into basic building blocks like ethylene and propylene. These are used to make plastics, synthetic fibers and countless everyday products. That water bottle you use today, the packaging on your food, even parts of your clothing, all of them can trace their origin back to naphtha. It's not just a refinery product. It's a foundation of modern life. And here's something even more interesting. Refineries constantly decide how to use naphtha. Should it go into fuel production or into petrochemicals? That decision depends on demand, economics, and global energy needs. Because sometimes, chemicals are even more valuable than fuel. This makes naphtha one of the most strategic streams in the entire refinery. Now let's bring it all together. Crude oil enters the refinery. It's separated in the distillation column. Naphtha is extracted from the middle. Light naphtha is upgraded through isomerization. Heavy naphtha is upgraded through reforming. Both processes increase octane and improve fuel quality. At the same time, part of the naphtha stream is used to produce plastics and chemicals. One stream. Multiple pathways. Massive impact. And yet, most people have never even heard of it. That's the hidden power of naphtha. So next time you fill up your car, or use a plastic product, remember this. Behind it all there's a refinery. And inside that refinery there's naphtha, quietly doing the heavy lifting. If you enjoyed this and want to see more real refinery breakdowns, make sure you subscribe. Because in the next video we're going even deeper into how reformers and catalysts actually work.